Good morning everyone, we are Group 5 and today we'll be presenting on seamless connections across borders, the future dynamics of international transport and mobility. For this presentation, we have selected automotive electronic components from category A, which is automotive and vehicle components, and electronic devices from category B under e-commerce and retail goods, focusing on how these products are imported into Malaysia. Before we begin, I would like to introduce my group members. First, we have Nur Anis Balkis, which is me, followed by Mas Mulyana, Siti Nur Aisyah, and Nur Shahira. For category A, our selected product is automotive electronic components. These are electronic parts used in modern vehicles to control, monitor, and support vehicle operations. Common examples include engine, control units, sensors, braking and safety control modules used in electric vehicles. These components are essential for vehicle performance, safety, and advanced driving features. These components are high value and technology intensive, and they require careful handling during international transport due to their sensitivity to damage. Global manufacturers such as Bosch and Denso supply these components to many countries, including Malaysia. The import of automotive electronic components is important to Malaysia because local manufacturers like Proton and Podua rely on them for vehicle assembly, technological advancement, and the growth of the domestic automotive industry. For category B, our chosen product is electronic devices including smartphone, laptop, tablet, and wearable devices that are commonly sold through e-commerce platforms and retail stores. These products are typically produced by global brands and distributed across international markets, including Malaysia. Electronic devices are generally lightweight, high value, and time sensitive due to rapid technological advancement and short product life cycles. Consumer demand for the latest models create pressure for fast and efficient international transportation. Major brands such as Apple, Samsung, and Xiaomi rely on global supply chains to ensure timely availability of their products in the Malaysian market. For automotive electronic components, the supply chain begins with overseas manufacturers located in countries such as Japan, Germany, China, and South Korea, where components like sensors, control units, and infotainment systems are produced. These components are then transported to international ports or airports and shipped to Malaysia, mainly using sea freight for bulk shipments due to lower costs, while air freight is used for urgent or high-value components that support just-in-time production. Upon arrival in Malaysia, the components enter through major gateways such as Port Klang or Kuala Lumpur International Airport (KLIA) and undergo custom clearance and inspection. After clearance, the components are delivered to local automotive manufacturers and assemblers such as Proton and Podua, as well as to authorized spare parts distributors that support the domestic automotive industry. From the local distribution stage, automotive electronic components are distributed through a hybrid distribution channel. Some components are supplied directly to vehicle assembly plants for original equipment manufacturing, while others are distributed to the aftermarket through the authorized dealers, spare part retailers, and automotive workshops to support vehicle maintenance and repairs across Malaysia. For electronic devices, the supply chain starts with manufacturers based in countries such as China, South Korea, and Taiwan, where products like smartphone, laptop, and tablets are produced. These devices are transported to Malaysia mainly using air freight to ensure faster delivery, especially for new product launches, while sea freight is used for larger shipment volumes to reduce transportation costs. Once the electronic devices arrive in Malaysia through gateways such as KLIA or Port Klang, they are cleared by customs and transported to local distribution centers or fulfillment hubs operated by logistic providers such as DHL, Ninja Van, or JNT Express. These facilities play an important role in sorting, storage, and order fulfillment for both online and offline sales. From these fulfillment centers, electronic devices are distributed through a hybrid distribution channel. The products are sold online via e-commerce platforms such as Shopee and Lazada, as well as through physical retail stores like Saheng and Harvey Norman before finally reaching consumers throughout Malaysia.
For transport mode and unit of carriage, our research focused on two types of product: automotive electronic components like ECU, sensor and wiring harness, and e-commerce electronics such as smartphone, earphone and tablet. Both types of product are transported internationally using air freight, sea freight and even use road transport. Air freight is preferred for high value or sensitive items like automotive components need for just-in-time production or newly launched smartphone because it is fast, secure and reduce risk of damage. True, it is more expensive. Sea freight is suitable for bulk shipments or non-urgent delivery as it is cost effective but slower. Road transport is mainly used for the last mile delivery, moving goods from port or airport to factories, warehouse or returns outlet. For automotive and vehicle components, we choose air transport as the main mode of transportation. This is because the automotive electronic components such as ECU, sensor and microchip are high value and time sensitive. Air transport offers the faster delivery time, which is critical for manufacturing that follow just-in-time production schedule. Air transport provides the reliable and predictable schedule, helping factory to avoid any production delay and ensure that the highest security and lower risk of damage compared to other transport mode. Which this service company can guarantee that the specialized machine will arrive punctually, meet the customer planned production expansion. And for the packaging, components are packed in cartons or boxes that are consolidated into unit load device (ULDs) to secure the cargo during flight. The transportation process is supported by logistic operator such as freight forwarder and ground handling agent, which cargo is carried by the dedicated cargo airlines like Raya Airlines or passenger airline such as Malaysia Airlines. Overall, air transport is the most suitable option for ensuring the speed, safety and efficiency in transporting automotive electronics components. For e-commerce and retail electronic device, sea transport is commonly used due to the lower transportation cost and suitable for bulk shipment, just as we import product from China or Vietnam into Malaysia. Container shipping ensure the goods are safely transported in full container load or less than container load. Option packaging start with the individual retail boxes, which are grouped into pallets carton and then loaded into the shipping container. Logistic operator like Kwani, Plus Nigels and Evergreen Marine specialize in container sea freight, providing the best cargo insurance and also efficient handling of high value electronic. However, air transport can also be used for this product with urgent shipment such as launch of brand new smartphone where its speed is critical. In this case, international express courier like DHL Express or FedEx ensure the product reach customer quickly. Overall, sea transport is the cost-effective choice for regular import, while the air transport provides fast and reliable delivery for high demand or time-sensitive product. For party involved, firstly, we have importer. Importer are the companies or individuals who buy product from overseas. They place order, arrange permit, custom clearance, pay import tax, and distribute the good to manufacturing shop or customer. For example, including the car manufacturer, spare part supplier, and online seller on Shopee and Lazada. Next, port and airport authorities. They manage the cargo terminals, ensure the smooth loading, unloading and cargo security. For example, we have a Port Klang, Penang Port and KLIA cargo terminals. Then the custom and inspection agency. They do is inspect goods, collect taxes and make sure the product follow the Malaysian regulation. For example, we have Royal Malaysian Customs, SIRIN and even MITI. Finally, retailers and end user sell and use the products such as workshop, phone shop and online buyer.
When importing automotive electronic components and electronic devices into Malaysia, several key categories of documentation are required to ensure smooth custom clearance and regulatory compliance. First, standard custom and trade documents. Every shipment must be supported by Custom Form K1 submitted electronically through DagangNet. A commercial invoice is required to declare the product description, HAS code, and custom value, while a packing list details the quantity, weight, and packaging. For transportation, a bill of lading for sea freight or an airway bill for air freight serves as a proof of shipment. A certificate of origin is needed to enter preferential tariff under Asian trade agreements, and an insurance certificate provides protection against transit risk. Second, regulatory approval and import permits. For automotive electronic components, approval from several Malaysian authorities is required. SIRIM ensures compliance with safety and quality standards. The Energy Commission (ST) regulates electrical components. The MCMC issue permits for products with wireless or Bluetooth function, while JPJ approval is required for vehicle-related components such as ECU and sensors. For electronic devices like smartphones and new phones, SIRIM and MCMC approval are mandatory, especially for consumer safety and wireless communication compliance. Third, technical documentation for approval processes. Importers must submit type test reports, product technical specification, and a letter of authorization from the manufacturer. These documents support regulatory evaluation and are usually handled by licensed custom broker and freight forwarders in Malaysia. Fourth, use electrical and electronic equipment if applicable. Import of used electronic require approval from the Department of Environment (DOE) together with a functionality test report to confirm that the products are operational and environmentally safe. Finally, coordination among stakeholders. Successful importation depends on close coordination between importers, freight forwarders, custom brokers, port or airport authorities such as Port Klang or KLIA, Dagannet, and regulatory agency. In practice, Malaysian logistic providers such as DHL Global Forwarding, Queen Nagel, and DB Scansion commonly manage these documentation processes to support just-in-time supply chain. In summary, a single missing document can delay custom clearance, disrupt production schedule, and increase numerous costs, highlighting the importance of digital platform and experienced logistic professionals. When importing automotive electronic and electronic devices into Malaysia, importers face several interconnected challenges that affect cost, delivery time, and product reliability. First, rising logistic and landed costs. Landed costs fluctuated due to tariff changes, exchange rate volatility, fuel surcharges, and port handling fees. These cost increases accumulated across the supply chain, making financial planning more difficult. Second, global supply chain disruption. The ongoing semiconductor shortage, particularly involving suppliers in China and Taiwan, limits component availability. Production delays and shipping schedule charges disruption just-in-time operation, especially in the automotive sector. Third, port and transportation congestion. Congestion at Port Klang and limited warehouse capacity cause longer dwell times. Delays in unloading, storage, and inland transportation create serious bottlenecks for both industrial and consumer electronics. Fourth, product damage and handling risks. Automotive electronic and devices are sensitive to shock, moisture, and electrostatic discharge. Poor handling and inadequate packaging during transshipment can lead to product failure, warranty claims, and customer dissatisfaction. Fifth, custom and regulatory delays as discussed in Part E. Complex documentation require missing approval from SIRIM, MCMC, JPJ, or Energy Commission (ST) can completely halt clearance, leading to high demurrage and storage charges. Sixth, compliance and approval complexity. Different regulatory agencies operate on different timelines. Any rejection or retesting adds risk and increases costs. In reality, these challenges are interconnected. Global shortages cause delays. Delays worsen port congestion. Congestion increases documentation risk. And regulatory hooks generate demurrage costs. Successful importation therefore requires seamless coordination across the entire logistic ecosystem.
Okay, now I will explain our comparison between automotive electronic components and e-commerce gather, plus the diagram. Simple and clear. First, supply chain. Automotive electronic components use business-to-business chain going to factories like Proton. E-commerce gadget use business-to-consumer chain going straight to customer. Second, transport. Automotive electronic component prefer ships for bulk serving. E-commerce prefer planes for speed. Both use trucks. Automotive electronic components to factory. E-commerce for doorstep. Third, documents. Both meet same basic shipping purpose, but automotive electronic components add vehicle safety certificates. E-commerce adds serium electronic certificates. For cost priority, automotive electronic components choose reliability over speed to avoid factory shutdown. E-commerce choose speed over cost to make customer happy. So for the main problem, late automotive electronic components stop entire production lines, and too many e-commerce packages create last mile delivery chaos. Also for the similarities, for both products, start from overseas factory, use combination of ships, plane and trucks, need Malaysia custom clearance. Both make Malaysians trade stronger. Furthermore, we've got two lessons learned, which is factory needs steady supply like clockwork, customer needs fast delivery like food delivery. Different product, different needs. Second, good planning plus modern technology solve most transport problems. So above all, what Malaysia should do? Malaysia needs faster custom computer, bigger port plant and KLIA, and better truck road connection. When this work perfectly, companies choose Malaysia over Singapore and Thailand, and we become Southeast Asian logistic capital. Next, we move to the diagram. For automotive diagram, as you can see at this flow, China factories ship containers to Port Klang by sea, truck drive to Portland factory, Airs handles shipping, custom checks, paper, port workers unload. It's simple, factory to factory. For e-commerce diagram, same start, which is manufactured by China, but goes to the KLIA by plane for speed, from airport to Lazada warehouse, then DHL van to your house. Simple, factory to your doorstep. For conclusion, Malaysia's success when both factory supply and online shopping delivery work perfectly. Smart planning makes us regional champion.